Hi there everyone, this is the second of two videos I'm posting today because the reason why I wanted to do this video is the trailer for the new Total Recall came out yesterday and I watched it. I just wanted to speak a little bit about that. First of all, the original came out in 1990 and I was 17 at the time. I was about to start my senior year in high school and it was my favorite movie of that summer. It was lots of fun. I went to see it at least 3 times. Good and violent, and clever and fun. I really wish they hadn't remade it. There's so many movies that are getting remakes these days. It's just getting discouraging to see all this coming down over and over and over again. And they're even remaking Spider-Man, for crying out loud. The Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire movie came out, the original, just 10 years ago, and they're already redoing the origin story again. You know, we didn't get it right the first time. I know it made millions of dollars, but we needed to do it all over again just to get it right and make more money. So, yeah, not happy about that. Not happy about the fact that RoboCop is also getting a remake as well. Not pleased. Not pleased about that, especially considering the fact that I don't know any of the people involved in there. I have no idea whether it would be good or not. Maybe it'll be good, but come on. I mean, RoboCop is like a classic to me. It's one of my, 20 favorite movies of all time. And it's one of those movies that, despite the differences in our various tastes, all my friends and I can agree is an awesome movie. That and Heads, starring the Monkees. But I watched the clip, and it's got a good cast in it. And the effects look, very, very fun and everything like that. And I like the scene in which Colin Farrell takes in a whole bunch of soldiers. The camera dodges and weaves all over the room. Really has that sort of kind of unreal look to it, which is a theme of the movie. For those of you who aren't familiar with the original film, it's about a guy who lives in the late 21st century, and though he has a good job and a very beautiful wife, who's played by Sharon, he is not all that satisfied, and so he decides to go to this company called Recall to have an adventure implanted in his memory. When he wakes up, it'll be like he was there, he experienced that thing, it'll be like a memory in his head. And so what he orders is a secret agent adventure, where he's actually this other guy with this other life. And then when the procedure happens, something goes wrong, apparently. And as it turns out, he really is a secret agent with a fake memory that he's been living with for the past couple of years. And that he really needs to, go to Mars to confront this bad guy about, all kinds of different stuff happening there. And there's lots of shootouts and what have you. And suddenly he's really skilled with fighting and shooting and blowing things up. But the question, of course, is raised as to whether or not this is actually something that's happening to him, or is this, in fact, the adventure that he ordered from this company and that he just believes that it's real. They bring this up during the course of the movie, and I'm sure they'll do that with the new one as well. The setup looks pretty much the same. Colin Farrell's, goes to this company called Recall and orders an adventure, and then a bunch of soldiers break into the company lab where he's sitting, and they try and arrest him, and he shoots them all down and then goes on a big adventure where his wife actually wants to assassinate him, and a woman that he's never met before wants to help him out as a potential love interest, just like in the original. The one thing that I'd like to see in the remake, now again I say I'm not really pleased that this movie even exists in the first place, but if they're going to do it, I would really like to see them poke a few more holes in the reality of what's happening to him. And in the original, the way the one fact I think that allows you to determine that what you're seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger go through is in fact not really happening, but is his fantasy, is the fact that the woman that he meets was part of the package that Recall offered to him. They asked him a few basic questions. What kind of women are you attracted to? He gives them a few sort of general characteristics, and then they select a profile which has the image of the woman who he meets on Mars later on in the film. So that's your big tip-off there, that what he's doing, what's happening to him throughout the rest of the movie is in fact just all happening in his head and not real. So I'd love to see that kind of thing get explored a little bit more in the remake. If Colin Farrell at one point were to turn to Jessica Biel and go, "Now I thought I recognized you, and I remember where I've seen you before now. It was at Recall. Your profile was on the package that I ordered, which means that they ordered you for me, which means that this isn't actually happening, is it?" And Jessica Biel will be like, no, this is happening. There are guys trying to kill us. We have to get away. We have to do something about this. Like, I think this is just a fantasy. I think, you know, that would be cool to have a scene like that in there. But who knows whether that'll happen or not. The trailer is pretty vague on the details of the plot beyond just the fact that he, you know, suddenly has his life turned upside down. He needs to go on the run and fly magnetic cars and shoot at people and what have you. But yeah, that's coming out in August, so it'll be a while before we get to see that. But yeah, that's just a few thoughts that I had about the movie. Again, not excited about it, but, you know, like I said, I'll probably end up seeing it anyway just to satisfy my curiosity. I managed to avoid seeing a lot of remakes. I avoided The Thing for a long time. I know technically that's not a remake, it's a prequel, but if it's a prequel, why call it simply The Thing? Should it be called The Thing, the Norwegian camp or something like that, because it's, you know, that's what it's supposed to be. But they just call it The Thing, and the story kind of plays out in almost the exact same way with a few minor changes, so it really does feel like a remake rather than a prequel. Anyway, so that's it for now. And the other video I posted, you don't have to watch it, you know, it's not mandatory, but it was just basically explaining that we're starting a new series on Joss Whedon, who is the screenwriter and director of The Avengers, and he's the co-writer of Cabin in the Woods, which comes out in mid-April. As a writer and producer of TV series, I really, really like him a lot, so I'm going to be posting like 2 videos a week throughout April until The Avengers come out, going over all of his work and what's so awesome about it. It's going to be a big love fest. You know, I'm one of those Whedonites. I really like the guy a lot. Thanks very much for watching. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.